Good morning, everyone. This is Linda and Nelly, and we're actually pre-recording this because we're on our way to celebrate 20 years of Dharma friendship. So this talk uh, will really be a continuation of the Eightfold Path: right intention, speech, and action.
So 20 years, whoa, what a long time. And as I think about it, so much anicca, the Dharma shows up everywhere. So many changes in the conditions of our friendship over this 20-year anniversary. I mean, I remember like it was yesterday, you picking me up. Oh, it's probably happening right around now, time-wise. I mean, when people are listening to it, you picking me up at the airport to go to my first retreat with you. And that was in February 20 years ago, and immediately feeling a kinship with you. And of course, it doesn't always happen that way, but that was
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah, 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 and that um, let's say, pairing up that we did of intention of learning the Dharma, being trained in this way we now teach, what has developed and evolved into what we now teach. And having periods of times where we've been on our own and where we've come back together, and both of us having nonprofits, Sati Sangha and Pine Street Sangha. It's really been quite a journey. And I don't like to use that word all the time, journey, but it really has felt like a journey, Nellie, to go through this with you.
And I don't know at what point I recognized this. My memory is not clear on this, but I think pretty early on, I recognized in you uh, a similar kind of interest, commitment, intention around Dharma and around learning it and teaching it. And that's what's kept us together for 20 years, that we really are in sync that way. There's a lot of things that we do differently. On this 20-year anniversary, we're just talking about the food we're going to eat. I'm sure we're going to eat different foods because we do that. There's a lot that we're a bit different, but really the foundation is this very strong commitment, and really the focal point of our life has become reflective meditation and how to most skillfully teach it. And I was craving a friendship like that for decades before I met you.
Right, right, right. That craving actually led to something very wholesome and positive, and as you're saying, the intention. This really shows me how intentions have to be spoken and acted upon. Like we really had those intentions and desires, but you had suggested, let's talk weekly. That we really had to put something into place, and that talking weekly, we didn't know where it would go. We didn't know how long it would last. Just like the daily online, like we're all here coming up on an almost 5-year anniversary of our friendship at the daily online meditation. We didn't know it would last 20 years.
Right. We didn't know our friendship with us, and we don't have any idea how long the daily online, not, we have
Yeah.
no, FYI, we have no plans of making any changes, just to be clear,
Yeah.
but we know about anicca and things will change, and we just don't know how and when around our friendship and around the daily online meditation. So, um, yeah, and I don't know where exactly that came from way back. I mean, that was probably whatever, 18 years ago when I said, let's talk weekly. And I don't know that I don't know, I just thought we could learn together. And that
Yeah.
really was where it began.
Yeah. 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 That, again, desire to understand the Dharma more deeply, to have more conversations about it, to see our lives through the lens of the Dharma. It's become kind of, as you've coined and we've taken up, the language of experience has become a real, a primary way we talk with each other.
One of my favorite singer-songwriters is Farron. She just goes by one name, Farron. And one of my favorite lines, she's very poetic in her lyrics. And one of her lines that I love is that, and this is regarding relationships, the lines connect and the dots stay free. In the language of psychology, we'd call it differentiation. In the language of reflective meditation, we might say it is you are free to do whatever practice it works for you, is a fit for you. Um, and that, but in terms of our friendship, we really respect, and it matters to us a lot that we each, we're dots and we each find our own way of teaching, our own way of expressing the Dharma, but we connect around a lot of it intentionally, by, just keeping our relationship going.
It's interesting. We've wanted to share this model, so to speak, even though it can't be necessarily recreated exactly as we've done it, but that we really have wanted to give the invitation for other people to connect this way and keep their dots free. That that there's a sense that coming together, connecting around the Dharma, and doing it your own way, finding your own way, that's an invitation we got from the Buddha, if we want to put it that way. And we want to have that invitation to you all personally. And that's really what I feel like we're developing here as a community of caring individuals that know about each other's lives, that respect their similarities and their differences.
And so this invitation we're putting out is, if you see someone who you'd like to have more of a friendship with, you might see if you can pursue it. It might not. It doesn't work maybe online to find people, but still you might find somebody, and it's lovely. And we have lots of ways we are sort of connecting in friendship also through actually the structure of the daily online. It feels like a lot of friendliness there.
Yeah, yeah. And likely it's already happening in some ways. And if it is, we'd like to help that flourish.
And I know it is. So yes,
Yeah.
we're very happy about that. And finally, I just like to say there still is room in the International Women's Day retreat that's coming up March 6th to 9th.
Right. Right.
And we just spoke with Ni, who's going to be teaching with us, and we're pretty excited about doing something new, and we hope you'll join us.
Really, it's not going to be the same old thing like reflective meditation. It's really ever the same old thing, but it's something a little bit new, a younger perspective, another author coming in to join us in our conversation, and we really hope it piques your interest.
So
Thank
off on
you.
our vacation, huh, Linda?
Yeah, see you on Sunday morning. As you guys are listening to this, we're driving probably somewhere. Okay, bye now.
Bye-bye.